So, next we're up for something very fast-paced. Again, the ICO pitches are back. For those of you who didn't join in for the first session this morning or who have just joined the live stream online, I'll quickly explain it. On the website cryptosummit.ch, you see a button. It says voting, and there you can vote for the award by the public. So there's a jury with 16 members. You see them seated here in the front row. You're from the venture capital and entrepreneurship arena. You're going to give your expert opinion. That will obviously create some winners, but we're also giving everybody in the audience and online and over here in this room the chance to get a winner. So please vote. Then again, I will give up the stage to my co-moderator, Felix, for these pitch sessions. Felix is part of Smart Valor's Dream Team and Business Development Director, and will moderate elegantly, with a lot of enthusiasm, through the pitch session, yes?
Hopefully I will do that. Hopefully I will do moderate elegantly. I'll try my best.
I'm sure you will.
Welcome back again to the main stage ICO pitch. I have again 5 great companies for you, and let's see what they have to offer. In the end, the jury, as well as you via the voting, will decide who is the winner and who is the best out of them. So as we are, talking about that, let's start already with a fantastic company, which I'm pretty sure will make a pretty big impact here. Please welcome with me Valerian from Popchest, a video sharing platform with crypto micropayments having it itself. So go for it.
Thank you. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Valerian Bennett. I'm founder and CEO of Popchest. And we are building YouTube on the blockchain, a decentralized video distribution platform that has no ads and no subscriptions. You can think of it as the Pop network. We're built on Ethereum and BitTorrent, completely decentralized payments, completely decentralized media distribution, and we're launching this summer. That's right, actually launching a crypto project. So quick show of hands. How many people here have participated in a token sale, have actually bought tokens? Okay, now how many people have actually used those tokens on the platform that those tokens allegedly power? That's like 3 people total. We're changing things. It's time to launch products. No more white paper ICOs, no more WordPress sites, actually time to launch products. So we've got a big challenge ahead of us. We're taking on pretty much the biggest companies in the world and one of the biggest industries in the world. And to do that, you kind of have to be a little bit crazy, right? I have to admit, I come from a crazy place. So we're based out in Los Angeles, Santa Monica, California. And I have a confession to make. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of ex-Wall Street, ex-banker types in here that found religion and jumped over into blockchain. It's kind of the same thing. I worked in the machine in Hollywood for the past decade plus. And one thing I know for absolute certain is that the industry, however big it is ridiculously inefficient. Let me give you just one example. So you whip out your $1,000 smartphone, you want to watch a video. Typically, you have to watch another video before you watch the video that you want to watch. It's kind of ridiculous. So why is that? It's because they basically just took the same model from television and plopped it online. Well, why is that? Because they took the same model from radio, plopped it on television, which then made it online. The first pre-roll ad in radio was in 1922. So you've got this industry, this massive worldwide industry, that's operating the exact same way for pretty much the last 100 years. It's ripe for disruption. Not only does it need to be disrupted, it needs to be decentralized. Now, regardless of your political leanings, I'm sure most of us would say over the past few years we can see that having fewer sources of media is a bad thing. It doesn't end out well for us as human beings. And the sad thing is we've seen this story before, right? We've seen it with the banks, how they went from local to regional to national to too big to fail. And somehow, after the decade that we went through post-chaos and crisis, they become more powerful, more centralized. So we're seeing the same thing happen in media in real time, and we can't allow that to happen. So the ability to disrupt a massive industry and unlock all the value that goes with it and actually do something to change the world and make it better, it's very rare that those two things intersect. That's the opportunity in front of us. So how do we do it? How do we take on the giants? So as I was thinking about this before I started this company 2 years ago, I was looking for a model. Like, how can we be successful? Give me an example that showed the way. And the best model that I could find was the Albanian army. Is anyone here from Albania, by the way? Excellent, Tirana. All right. So the Albanian army is what the CEO of Time Warner called Netflix, right? They were the giants at the time, Time Warner. Netflix was this crazy little company that said, we're going to distribute movies over the internet, even though no one was even doing any kind of video on the internet at the time at scale. It seemed like a joke, and their first version looked like a toy. But they knew to follow the path of the insurgent. When you have a giant competitor, what you do is you take what is perceived as your competitor's greatest strength, and you turn that into their biggest liability. They're so big, be nimble. They're everywhere. Go where they can't follow. And if you get enough people doing this, you've created something more powerful than an army. You've created a movement. And that's what we're really building with the POP network. We're building a movement that's enabled by blockchain technology. Now, our revolution is built on top of Ethereum. Our revolution is built on top of Ethereum, specifically ERC20 payment channels, a micro payment wallet that sits inside the browser. Marry that with BitTorrent, which is a peer-to-peer distribution system. The version that we're using is called WebTorrent, and that also works in the browser. Now, because everything works in the browser, we'll be able to get this to work pretty much everywhere, from your smartphone to your smart TV. No plugins, no downloads. So what are payment channels? If anyone's heard of the Bitcoin Lightning Network, which is just coming online, conceptually, it's similar to that. So think of it like a bar tab. You walk into the bar, you open your tab, you have as many drinks, cocktails as you want, and then you close out your tab at the end of the night. Those 2 points are where we interact with the blockchain. But all of those transactions going in between, they're effectively free. So high frequency, high volume transactions that allow us to operate the video platform. And now that we have real micropayments, we can create a peer-to-peer video system that's incentivized. So if I start watching a video and you want to watch the same video, you can actually get packets of that video from me in exchange for token micropayments. And now if somebody else wants to watch the same video, that person can get packets from both of us, and all of a sudden, we've got a peer-to-peer mesh system held together by the token. Every user action can be monetized with the POP token. It's the rug that ties the room together. So with all of those things happening, payments going back and forth from creating video, from sharing video, for encoding video, for streaming video, all of those things are the economic basis for our movement. And remember, we're not creating a crypto app, we're creating a movement. So we're just about to make some big announcements in terms of the one other thing that you need for a platform like this, which is to say, you need great content. And when we launch this summer, actually launching this summer, we're going to have some world-class, internationally known artists on board. So come visit us at popchest.com. Our pre-sale is open now. Official announcements through our Telegram channel. I'll be here for the rest of the day. Bitcoin Wednesday next week in Amsterdam, and the World Blockchain Forum in Dubai after that. Thank you so much for your time.
Excellent. Valerian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, join the Telegram channel and become part of the new next generation YouTube. I like it. Now, if you have a video, obviously, you can upload videos and all kinds of artistic things. But what about the intellectual property, the right to stream it, the right to use it, and the artist who gets paid for the artistic work? So this is bringing us to the intellectual property and IP chain, where I would like to welcome Dominic Thor, and he can tell us how you can protect this the intellectual property, not only for music and videos, but for heck a lot more.
Thank you so much for the introduction, and I'm glad to be here today. That's an amazing audience I see here, and I think it's an amazing event where I met so many people across the world, from all over the place, and that tells me the world is getting smaller, the world is digital, and I think in this world, this kind of world is run on ideas, right? So it's not any longer about natural resources, workforce. Basically, it's ideas, and ideas that can stand for inventions, for science, for art, for creations, whatever you do, and the legal term for that is intellectual property. So intellectual property, that's actually a system, right? So you have to protect that, and there are regulations for that, and everybody who has tried to overcome the challenges associated with protecting what's yours knows that this can be costly, it takes a lot of time, and it's a complex system. So we want to overcome that. We want to disrupt a multi-billion-dollar industry. And we can do that with blockchain technology. Because before I go into the details here, please remember one thing. If you have a new idea, whatever that kind of intellectual property that is, what is the one thing that you want to make sure of? Well, you want to prove that you did it first, right? So that is the basis of all that. And blockchain technology, with its timestamps, can give you exactly the tool for doing that. And it's not just us seeing this, it's also a number of big partners that we have, and I would like to talk a little bit about them. So the intellectual property system basically is run by the World Intellectual Property Organization. That's an agency of the United Nations. They have their headquarters in Geneva, and they make the regulations that are followed by all the patent and trademark offices out there. And there are, of course, a number of details I would like to skip here. I'd rather go and talk about the unsolved problems that innovators face, the practical application of copyrights. You create something, but how can you prove that you did it prior to anyone else in a digital world where it's easy to share, where there are unfortunately many people that don't really respect your rights? Defensive publication of scientific findings. That's a very complex thing. You have to wait for traditional media to publish it before you are protected. Sometimes the point in time when you had the idea and it's getting published, and that's the time when it's protected. There is a year in between. I have a background in biotech. I certainly know how that feels if you share that information and you don't or cannot be sure that it will not be abused. The confidential of sharing of such information. Remember, a lot of the ideas out there, you cannot protect them. Think of the Coca-Cola formula. Everybody knows about it. Nobody knows what's inside, really. So you can't protect it on the one hand, but it represents billions and billions of dollars of worth. So how to provide means to safely share such information quickly. And the whole transfer of intellectual property is also very intransparent. So you need a system where you can easily license intellectual property, where you can sell it. And we can provide that. We can provide that with blockchain. Because blockchain, I mean, that's an audience. I don't need to explain the details to you, thankfully. But basically, it's quick and cost-effective. It's incorruptible, and it's flexible. So it's not just about these things that I mentioned, like making sure that you did something first. It's also about the sharing process, adding to that. And we are building a platform here, and we are having great partners that support us. I would say, of course, since I mentioned them already, WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, has a technical division, WIPO Green. They are an official partner of ours. There is also the Dennemeyer Group, which is the largest IP law firm in the world, and a number of research institutions and universities that we work with in order to be sure that we have all the important stakeholders in the field of intellectual property in our corner to tailor our services to the needs of users, of artists, of scientists, of researchers. So basically, that was the idea that we started out with a year ago, making blockchain technology in a way supporting, innovators in general. So that means trying to solve the problems here of inventors, of scientists, of artists, companies, and also addressing patent offices. So by following WIPO regulations, our platform will be used as a prior art database by all the patent and trademarks offices out there. We are going to help universities It will be relevant, of course, for legal proceedings, because that is a proof that you don't get by other means. Witnesses are not reliable. Publishing something on your webpage, not going to be good enough in court. Your own notes, obviously not enough. So putting it on IP chain, that will help, and it will help with inventions, with research, with art, with code. So we got many people involved. We are working with game developers, for instance, developing use cases that people can actually relate to, because many feel intellectual property is a little bit abstract. So think of it as ideas. We follow WIPO standards and international classifications to make sure that we can have all these big partners on board, supranational organizations, patent offices, and we are very glad that they support us, and they definitely see the need for this. They are not a service provider, so they gladly support those that can provide such a service. And basically, if you think about our platform, what we are creating here is a tool that is going to be useful to private people, to companies, and to universities. So we will actually create something like an IP vault, where you store securely and confidentially your information. We tailor that to the needs of universities or IP departments of big companies that are already reaching out to us. And we are hopefully going to show our prototype, which is going to be released in the next few weeks, to these big players here. So they have something like multi-signature accounts. It's important so that the top guys can decide what happens with the things that are in the vault. And what can you do then? You can publish it for defensive publication. That's a way to protect what is yours, to make sure everybody knows it, that patent offices in their research will see that you did it first, right? You will be able to simply share things. You will send out just a link, and if people want to access the information behind that link, they will have to e-sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, that is again put onto the blockchain in order so that you can be sure. You can license things, you can sell them, and you can transfer them. So we are talking about a marketplace of IP, and I would be very happy if you take a look at our webpage, which is ipchaindatabase.com, to find more information. Our pre-sale is on, and I'm here afterwards, after this short talk here, and happy to answer any more questions you might have. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to have that up and running and everything. So join Dominic Thor and IP Chain on their crowdfunding now. This brings us to the next potential big winner of today and in general. Another Swiss-based, Zurich-based company, Smart Containers. I would like to welcome Nico. For Smart Containers, as said, the blockchain traded product tracking mechanism. You can explain it much more precisely than I.
Thank you.
Welcome. Give it up.
Thank you. Oh, I can hear myself. You hear me? Okay, perfect. Yes. Hi. Smart Containers is already an established company. We have many of the 20 top pharma companies who use already our products. So why we do an ICO? I will answer that question later. First, let's recap what Smart Container is doing. So Smart Container holds two companies. It holds Geisel and Food Guardians. The technology we use is used in the pharma area and in the food area. So first I want to start to show a little bit to you what is Geisel doing. Geisel was founded in 2012. So in just 5 years, we built up the fourth biggest pharma container fleet in the world. Through our technology, we are able to reduce costs for our client, total cost, around 20%. And at the same time, we are recognized as the safest system in the market. So what means safe in our area? Safe means that normally pharmaceuticals, on average, 6.5% of all transportations get too hot or too cold. That means if it gets too hot or too cold, the pharmaceuticals are damaged or even dangerous, because some pharmaceuticals change their habits and get poisoned and have to be thrown away. We are able, our track record is incredible, we are 75 times better than market average. Imagine 75 times, it's a crazy number. It's not 10%, it's really a big difference. and that globally, to countries like Russia, where it's very cold, or to countries like Iraq or Saudi Arabia, where it's very hot. We hold temperature. How is that possible? The trick is very simple. We combine technology, hardware, and software in a new way. So, to the question at the beginning, why are we doing an ICO? The reason is, at the moment, we are very successful in the business-to-business market, but we want to go into the consumer market. If you know someone who has a problem that he needs temperature-controlled medication, or you need it by yourself, I had that problem personally, it's very limiting because of transportation and so on. So the need for consumers to have a controlled area where they control the medication also for trips or get it directly from the producer is a very big need. For this, we thought an ICO is very nice because consumers can be at the same time investors. Food Guardians actually does the same thing. It's based on the same technology and uses this technology for food. Now, what is the connection to blockchain? Traditionally, we do that work already since several years. Traditionally, logistics is organized very centralized. You can see a lot of documents are needed to organize shipment. Not very efficient. The history tells all. It's just a development, the same in another way. What we do, we mirror the real-life container, the physical container, into a virtual container. And all documents are attached to the virtual container, so the container itself communicates with all logistic steps. So that's also the reason that we can be centralized for much smaller units, instead of having a central unit who organizing the whole stuff. More in detail how it works, we use a public blockchain for all documents everybody needs to see, and a permissive blockchain for all documents just one party needs to see, like, for example, the smart contract or the billing in cryptocurrency. We are not the first to combine hardware and software in a new way. There were many in front of us who did in history exactly the same thing. What we are looking for to produce those direct-to-patient products and to marketing them, we are looking for 40 million. The pre-sale will start soon. If you need further information or question, you can go to our website, or I'm and Vanessa somewhere here are happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
That's going to be great. I'm very much looking forward to this. A company that is already up and running, which has already proven that it has something to offer, now doing it to scale up. That's great. Now, from one thing I like, let's get to the next thing I love is real estate investment. Despite my derivative background, I love to invest in real estate. And the problem is in Switzerland, it's a little bit complicated. Now, how can we actually invest in Swiss-backed cryptocurrencies that are maybe, you know, giving us the nice return that they are offering?
Exactly. Thank you. This is what I'm going to show you now, how we do this. So, great being here. Thank you. Excited to show you what Swiss Realcoin is, the first Swiss real estate-backed crypto token, stable token you were looking for.
In the extremely volatile crypto market in which we find ourselves today, it's impossible to foresee future dips and climbs. But what if there was an easily tradable token with a stable market price without losing any growth potential? Swiss Realcoin establishes the world's first crypto token with a growing inner value. A portfolio of Swiss real estate, one of the most stable asset classes in the world, defines the backbone of our tokens. So every Swiss real coin that you buy represents a part of this portfolio. So far, so good. But how can the market price of a Swiss real coin grow and avoid volatility at the same time? When the demand for tokens is high and the market price of Swiss real coin outruns the value of the portfolio, additional tokens are issued at market price. These newly generated funds are then invested in additional real estate assets, which means that the value of the portfolio grows and gets closer to the market price. This mechanism is ensured by our smart contract and assures that the value of a Swiss real coin can grow but remain stable, even when the whole crypto market drops. Another great advantage of Swiss real coin is that all token owners get to vote democratically on which investments should be made or avoided. Our blockchain-based investment assistant will help you with these decisions and enables real-time access to the portfolio data with complete transparency. In a fledgling crypto market, Swiss real coin offers a new opportunity to participate in the world's most stable real estate market, with a unique downside protection and without sacrificing any advantages of cryptocurrencies. It represents the best of both worlds in one token. This is a world premiere, and we would be proud if you would join us on this ride.
So, thank you. So this is our new movie, which I wanted to show you, to give you a short introduction about what Swiss real coin is. The roadmap is much longer, so it starts and now with the ICO. So at the moment we're in the pre-sale, starts with the ICO, but then later on we will have German real coin, European real coin, and so on. Who stands behind Swiss real coin? It's on one side me as a real estate expert. I've done 10 years real estate corporate finance and M&A. Eugen Jakimovic comes from PropTech company. He's a software engineer. Comes with 18 years of software engineering development experience. Core team consists of lawyers, experts from PR and communication, digital marketing, and also our board members and advisors. I'm really proud of having financial professors from the University of Zurich, truly real estate experts, also fintech advisors, fund managers, and a lot of crypto and blockchain background in there as well. Thank you very much. I hope I could give you a short insight what we're doing, and of course excited to explain you afterwards more and answer all your details in our social media channels. Join us, ask questions. Thank you very much.
Fantastic, Brigitte. Fantastic to see
Thank you.
the asset backing, and that is securing you on the way down, but it's
Exactly.
being managed on the way up, and that's backed then by the real estate again. So that will hopefully take away all the negativity of the volatility that that we know in the crypto markets.
Absolutely.
So good luck on this one.
Thank you.
Now, talking about if you don't want to have the asset backing yet, but you are actually wanting to invest in the traditional cryptocurrency, as we know them now, how do you do it? How do you manage it? It's a little bit complicated. The information, the brokers, the everything, getting all that done. Now, what if you would have a provider who makes all of this much more easy? Please welcome Simon Pearson from B21, and he will let us know how the wealth management works on your iPhone or all your phones.
Thanks, Felix.
Hopefully.
Thanks. Hi there, everybody. Simon Pearson, CEO, co-founder of B21. Welcome and thank you. Can I ask in the audience, sorry, just get under the lights a bit, how many people own an exchange wallet here? There's quite a few, not that many. That's quite unusual. And how many people own more than 5 exchange wallets? And then I suppose how many people, given you're all sort of investing or interested in the crypto space, how many of you have friends and family that regularly ask you, how do I invest in, normally Bitcoin is the first one. How many of you have that going on in your lives? So then you obviously know exactly what the problem we're trying to solve. So B21, What is B21? Sorry, the other slides were for a bit longer delivery. B21 is your personal wealth manager trying to bring crypto asset investing to the masses. Our goal is to try and make it simple, to be inclusive, transparent, provide a community support, provide a community for our platform, as well as education on investing in what I see as predominantly startups in the market at the moment. The market cap at the moment changes every day, depending on the volatility. We see the market cap in crypto assets in entirety a massive multiple of where they exist right now. But there still is nothing for the mass market. There's a massive gap still. Crypto asset investing, well, if you want to own a coin, you have to open an exchange wallet, you have to do some KYC, you have to contribute some funds, you may then want to own a Mu wallet. It lacks any form of user experience for anyone that has no tech background, no tech experience, and even those who invest at a certain level own their own OTC accounts as opposed to going through a direct exchange. There's a huge gap, and this is why it's needed. So B21, education community at the forefront. Obviously, investing into ICOs is dangerous. They're all startups. There's a volatile scenario going on at the moment. The product that we're trying to offer, or the platform that we're trying to offer, takes away all the tech jargon, takes away the ownership of a private key, the need to own a wallet, and it requires very, very little for a customer or user to get on board into our platform. Our aim is to provide a recurring investment tool for people. I use the term investment, a simple goals-based investing, so setting a goal of like owning a car, interpolating an investment time frame, and then investing on a regular basis with fiat onboarding and offboarding only, so making it very simple for people who are used to investing only from their bank accounts or from a debit or credit card. We will provide a community that will vote for coins to be included on our platform. I'll come to a bit of that later. And obviously that comes with some form of analysis and due diligence, which will be outsourced a little bit. People will be able to create their own portfolio of what they want to invest in, and where our initial offering of the platform is 5 coins. And one simple dashboard where you can see everything, very intuitive, all translated back into the currency of your investment. The dashboard is pretty simple, training and education. There's a news channel and anything relevant that's going on in the B21 space. And then we have our investment app. The message, what does our product differentiate itself from? Well, I've already sort of touched on everything. We have one currency, one account, one KYC process, one password, and one dashboard. No tech jargon. If you were to replicate what we're trying to achieve on the exchange accounts that exist in the market right now, you would have to own pretty much 3 of everything, 3 KYC, 3 passwords, own a private key, own a Mu-type wallet, a Trezor, Nano S. Dashboard, pretty simple. It's intuitive, it's designed to be simple for the masses. And again, it translates everything back into one currency. Roadmap, well, this is something I like a lot. We have a very defined roadmap. It starts with our regulatory applications, which drive a lot of the sort of detail behind it. Our starting regulation is in Gibraltar under the new DLT regs that came into force in January. We have, as a result of that, had to do some very seriously detailed business planning and financial forecasting. That has led us to a sort of certain accounting analysis, which led us to, we are going to capitalize 20% of our day one token raise to go to unencumbered reserves to be treated as regulatory capital for our regulatory base. Regulation is the key for us. We're also dual tracking another license in Puerto Rico, which is an IFE license, which allows us an affiliate membership of the Fed, obviously with Puerto Rico being a Commonwealth country of the US. And then we have a load of other things going on in the future. Please read our white paper. The big picture, pretty powerful message. Socially, demographics of investing into crypto right now. There's a market this big. There's this much of the percentage of population that are investing into it. We want to be global. We start in Europe. We then work our way east and west simultaneously, I believe. From a community perspective, there's a message on the board of 100 million users, $100 a month. It's not our base case, I have to say, but the message is pretty powerful. If we had 100 investors investing a million investors investing $100 a month, we have 100 million of capital. Ignore the figures, but the message is powerful. If we then collate and curate coins onto our platform that our community want, and they include ICOs, we're allowed to use some of that firepower to get the discounted private sale rate for ICOs to deliver as a product to people investing $100. Not only are they able to invest in multiple coins at the same time, it's a pretty powerful message. The team, please read our LinkedIns. It's quite a mix of skill sets. It includes people who've run startups, run regulated entities, sold them. It says quite a lot for credibility of someone, people that can collectively run and get a platform off the ground. The support, I really don't need to say anything. When we approached some people in relation to pitching in LA a few months ago, there are certain people on the board jumped at the opportunity to support our project from the outset, considering the change in demographics we're trying to change for the crypto community, but really for the overall possible crypto community. And obviously you can see Joey in the middle is ranked top 10 crypto lawyer. He's the lead lawyer in Gibraltar. I'm based in Gibraltar, and that's why. The other three I don't need to really talk about too much. We started our token sale yesterday. We made a big dent in the first week on our private sale, and those are the numbers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Simon. It sounds amazing.
Thanks,
so this is really cool. It just started yesterday?
Yep.
Really? So this is pretty much an ICO announcement by itself. So thank you very much for all these presenters.